I hadn't really thought about that. That's kind of interesting.
Did you pick up any capital C Christian elements, touchstones, motifs, let's say?
I hadn't really thought about that. That's kind of interesting. Christian themes, I hadn't even really been thinking about that, but I suspect you might have some thoughts
Yeah,
along
I
those
do.
lines.
Now here, Rocket in a liminal space. He's not dead, but he's not alive, as he is having a conversation with his friend from when he was experimented upon. He's having this conversation with her, and she says, of course you can come with us. Of course, we're waiting for you, but not right now. He is crying and angry. What is the point? Why am I made? Why am I here? That happens a lot in the Bible. A biblical character railing against God, or at least against life. What am I doing here? And Lila says to him, it's always been your story. And she says, there's the hands that make us and the hands that guide them. Anyone steeped in any kind of religious practice would have been, oh,
Yeah.
wait, what now? Can I rewind?
That scene kind of stood out because it's kind of a typical way to address after death, and I didn't have any problems with it at the time.
No, either do I.
Reviewers,
I think it was just really clear.
Just other reviewers, one person called it mawkish, and I thought, so it's a fairly typical vehicle to sort of address that. You wanted that final conversation because talk about the
but Jim, I don't think it's
backstory.
that moment. If you didn't have the hands that guide them, it would be just any other generic
heaven scene.
I think that is the key line.
That is a good point. Yeah,
there is a deep theme of the way maybe a Christian would put it is, as you treat the least, you treat me. And you have this bad guy who's going, there is no God, that's why I have to do it.
I stepped up or something.
Yeah, exactly. I stepped up, the pride of man, capital M. And the idea that all of these experiments have a sacredness to them all. And that's why they all have to get off the ship, if at all possible. Can't leave any living thing behind. So it was funny. After I watched it again today, I'm like, James Gunn's got to be a capital C Christian. I looked him up. There's a interview with Gunn where he says, oh yeah, I was raised Catholic, and prayer is still an important part of my life. And that's why I would argue, this is maybe the most capital C Christian thing he's made here.